It's 3 a.m. You're wide awake, staring at the ceiling, your mind racing. You're thinking about everything you didn't accomplish today, every promise you broke to yourself, every excuse you made, every time you chose fleeting comfort over genuine growth. The silence is deafening, isn't it? Because in that profound quiet, you hear the undeniable truth. You hear the relentless voice that's been screaming at you for years, the one you've been desperately drowning out with endless distractions, with Netflix, with social media, with anything that keeps you from truly facing what you've allowed yourself to become. You're not truly living, you're merely existing. There's a stark difference, and deep down in your gut, you know it. You feel this heavy truth in your bones every morning when you wake up and realize another precious day is about to slip through your fingers like fine sand. Another day where you'll make the same empty promises, set the same unattainable goals, and by nightfall, you'll be right back here, staring at that same unforgiving ceiling, drowning in the same suffocating regret. Let me tell you something that's going to hurt. You're not unlucky. You're not a victim of circumstances. You're not just waiting for the right moment. The brutal truth is, you're scared. You're terrified of what it truly means to try, to put yourself out there. Because trying means you might fail. And failing means you'll have to face the uncomfortable fact that maybe, just maybe, you're not as special as you thought. It shatters the illusion you've built. But here's what's infinitely worse than failing. It's never trying at all. It's living your entire life trapped in the suffocating prison of what if. Imagine being 40, 50, even 60 years old, looking back and realizing you spent decades making elaborate excuses instead of making decisive moves. You spent years talking about what you were going to do instead of simply doing it. That's a regret that will haunt you more than any temporary setback. Every single day you wake up, you are presented with a stark choice. You can either be the person who actively makes things happen, who shapes their destiny, or you can be the person who passively watches things happen to other people. Right now, if you're honest, you're a spectator in your own life. You're watching everyone else boldly step into the life you dream about, while you sit idly on the sidelines, crafting excuses about why it's not your turn yet. Your turn? Let me be clear. Your turn was yesterday. Your turn was last year. Your turn was the precise moment you first felt that undeniable fire in your belly. That deep whisper, telling you that you were meant for so much more, but you ignored it. You buried that powerful impulse under layers of false comfort, under paralyzing fear, under the convenient lie that tomorrow will be different, and it never is. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Every moment of discomfort you've avoided, every hard conversation you've dodged, every challenge you've run from, that's precisely where your strength was waiting for you. But you chose the easy path. You chose fleeting comfort over character. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern society has forgotten, that suffering is the forge where champions are made. Marcus Aurelius didn't become a great leader by avoiding difficulty. He became great by embracing it, by understanding that every obstacle is a profound opportunity to prove what you're truly made of. But you've been running from obstacles your entire life. You see a challenge and you immediately start looking for the exit. You feel resistance and you quit. You encounter pain and you numb it instead of learning from its vital lessons. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. Every time you choose the hard path, every time you do what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it, you're building the most valuable currency in the world, unshakable self-respect. And right now, let's be brutally honest, you're bankrupt. You don't respect yourself because you consistently fail to keep your word to yourself. You make promises in moments of fleeting inspiration and break them in moments of the slightest inconvenience. This constant self-betrayal makes you unreliable to the most important person in your life, you. But here's what they don't want you to know. Here's the secret that separates the 1% from everyone else. You're not stuck. You're just scared. You're not broken. You're just untested. You're not weak. You're just untrained. These aren't flaws. They're simply untapped potential waiting to be unleashed. Every single person who has ever achieved anything extraordinary started exactly where you are right now. Broke, scared, doubting themselves. The only difference between them and you is that they decided to move forward anyway. They decided to bet on themselves when nobody else would. That single, terrifying step was their turning point. You think you need permission to change your life? You think you need the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances. You don't need any of that. The only permission you need is your own. You need to stop waiting and start walking. You need to stop planning and start doing. The perfect moment is now. The person you're capable of becoming is not some fantasy. It's not some impossible dream. It's a choice. It's a daily choice to show up when you don't feel like it. It's a choice to push through when everything in you wants to quit. It's a choice to believe in your vision, even when everyone around you thinks you've lost your mind. It's the relentless commitment to your future self. You want to know what separates champions from everyone else? Champions don't wait to feel motivated. They don't wait for inspiration to strike. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They create the moment. They manufacture motivation through action. They understand that action isn't a consequence of motivation. It's the very source of it. You have two choices right now. You can close this video, go back to scrolling, go back to dreaming, go back to making the same excuses you've been making for years. Or you can decide that today is the day you stop being ordinary and truly begin to live. Ordinary is comfortable, ordinary is safe, ordinary is also a slow death. It's dying while you're still breathing. It's living a life so small that when you're gone, the world doesn't even notice. Your potential remains unfulfilled. But extraordinary? Extraordinary is dangerous. It's lonely. It's hard. It requires you to become someone you've never been before. It requires you to do things you've never done before. It requires you to think thoughts you've never thought before. It demands relentless effort. The 1% don't wait for opportunities. They create them. They don't wait for motivation. They create it. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They make every moment perfect by showing up and doing the work. They forge their own path. You want to break generational curses? You want to rise from obscurity? You want to build a life that was once only seen in dreams? Then stop talking about it and start being about it. Stop dreaming about the person you want to become and start becoming that person today. Your future self awaits. Here's the uncomfortable truth that's going to either set you free or utterly destroy you. And that choice, my friend, is entirely yours. You are exactly where you are, not because of your circumstances, your background, or even what happened to you. You are here because of the deliberate choices you've made, and more importantly, because of what you chose to do with what happened to you. This is your ultimate personal responsibility. Every excuse you've made, every tempting shortcut you've taken, every time you've chosen fleeting comfort over challenging growth, that's what brought you to this point. But here's the beautiful, empowering part. If your choices brought you here, your choices can take you anywhere you desire. You hold the absolute power. You don't need anyone's permission to radically change your life. You don't need anyone's approval to chase your dreams. You don't need anyone's validation to know that you're worthy of more. You just need to decide right now, in this very moment. This is your true turning point. The clock is ticking. Every second you spend in doubt is a second you'll never get back. Every day you spend making excuses is a day closer to your deathbed, wondering what could have been, what dreams remained unfulfilled. Don't let regret be your legacy. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the powerful, unstoppable person you were meant to become. You owe it to everyone who believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. You owe it to everyone who's watching you, silently waiting to see if you're going to rise above the ordinary or remain tragically stagnant. If this video cracked something open in you, don't scroll. Type, "I am a one-man wrecking machine," and commit to your transformation today. Prove that you're ready to join the elite 1%. Prove that you're ready to become the one-man wrecking machine you were born to be. Your transformation starts now. The question isn't whether you can do it. The question is whether you will do it. And that answer, that definitive commitment, starts right now. Make it count.